Greetings YouTube. Today is October 11th and I'd like to make history. So here's a custom NES. I want to show you how to do custom lighting in your NES. I got it set up so I should do lighting on the side. So how to do this. There's basically no guides out there, so today let's make history. So here's kind of a tutorial. I won't be doing it along with you guys, but I'll show you how to do it, every step. So basically, first off, this is the NES. You take the top off. There's normally a little shield here, like a shield, metal, whatever. I took it off, who cares? For modding's sake and video's sake, here's what an NES looks like if you take the top off. So here's where you put the cartridge, and over here there's the power adapter in back, and then there's the video on the side. There's the RF on the back, that you do in the cable, just for reference of where we are. So anyway, your first inclination might be to use this light, the power LED, for hooking up LEDs to your NES. Don't do it. It's stupid. You'll really mess the NES up. I've tried ground over here to there. I've tried ground here to there. I've tried almost every combination you could think of off every component. It just doesn't work. Your NES will crash. It'll freeze up within 10, 20, maybe 30 minutes sometimes, depending, and then it'll just get worse and worse from then on. And it's just an ugly, ugly mess. And I'm telling you this from 2 months of just learning and trying it all out. So anyway, here is where I wired my LEDs. Let's prove that they work first. I just had to tape them down soon, but they do work. Let's hit the power button again. They work, right? They don't do any reset kind of cool thing. No. It's just power, on and off. And so I wired the power, or the positive, whatever you guys want to call it, terminal, to here. Again, there's where the power goes in the back. This is the back. This is the right side, back. And 1, 2, 3, it's the third pin? 4, 5? Yeah, third pin on both sides. And this is the ground. For these two terminals are both ground. I know this, I've tested it. And let's prove it. Let's prove some stuff here. Well, anyway, first I should tell you guys that I'm running, for power supply, I'm running the power supply that most of you, or most people who get an NES later run, which this is my friend's. He has one of those crappy power adapters from China, 850 milliamps, 9 volts DC. It has two, split ends. There's one for Sega, one for NES, whatever. If you're running anything like that, you'll be getting the numbers I get. I don't know, the original Nintendo runs power supply at 9 volts DC. I think it's 1.3 amps. Yeah, it's 1.3 amps. You might get different numbers than this, so be really careful. I would suggest, if you're going to do this, get a voltage meter like me and measure it up and see what you're going to need. So anyway, I'll show you what you're going to need if you have 9 volts, 850 milliamps. The other one you're going to want to test, but this is how you would do it. Every one that has a slot in NES is going to look the same. So let's test it. It's on. Here I go. Volts DC. Geez, 2 hands, man. 2 hands. Need 3 hands. Okay. So as you see, I'm getting 5 volts DC from the 2 places I put on my LEDs. 5 volts DC. And that's an important number. You're going to have to remember that number. That's very, very important. This next part, I'm going to measure current, DC current. If you guys get a voltage meter, you should know that the dotted line and this symbol, DC. This one, AC. You're going to be measuring DC. So anyway, and plus, you do not want to measure this continuity. while your NES is on or plugged in, it's bad. It'll destroy it. Anyway, I'm going to measure current for you guys because I'm nice. I'm a nice guy today. I'm going to make the internet. I know. So 0.85 volt, current, 0.85 amps. Yeah, that's like 850 milliamps, so it's about the same I'm getting from the power supply itself. So I don't know if it's just a coincidence or not. Probably just is. You guys might be getting something. You guys should be getting the same. You'll get the same if you have the same power adapter, 9 volts, DC, 850 milliamps is output. But next I'll show you guys how to string up your LEDs. It's important, right? So how did I string all this up? Or know how to? Well, I'm gonna make it easy for you guys. Let me show you. So first, we're gonna get to everyone's favorite thing in the world, which is Google, of course, right? Or wherever. And you're gonna go to ledcalc.com. And it looks like this as soon as you enter. And you're going to go to the calculator that's the guru. I mean, it's the default calculator. You shouldn't have any troubles. And you're going to go to supply voltage. And for us, it was 5 volts. I proved that. It was the first one I did. So whatever you guys get, if you use the 1.3 amps power supply, you'll want to put that here. I mean, I think it's 5 for all of them. Not sure, once again, but let's do mine. 5 volts. Voltage drop across, we need volts, and we also need desired LED current. Well, we'll get that off our package for our LEDs. I mean, you guys can play with some numbers or Google some LEDs. Mine, it was a 3 volt and 15 milliamp. So I put in 3 volts voltage drop and 15 milliamps, so desired current. And that's for each one. It does the calculations itself. Let it do its calculations. I have 3 LEDs. You can put in whatever number you need or you want. And you'll click to calculate. It'll show you this graph, which is the best way to do it. And you'll wire from positive to the resistor normally, or however it tells you. And the resistor, it doesn't matter which direction. It can do either direction, but you want to make sure that your resistor goes to the positive end of the LED, which is the long leg. And then your shorter leg of the LED, which is the negative, will go all the way to the ground. So it'll go to ground, it'll go to ground. Make sure you do that. That's very important. You follow this graph exactly. I mean, you guys can do this. I'm sure anyone can do this. It's not very hard. Just remember, you can turn resistors anyway, but you just want to keep the positive and the power and the ground the same. And pay attention. These are all positive on top. The long leg touches the resistor. Okay, and I'll tell you how many ohms you're going to need, and the closest one to the ohms you need, so you can buy them, that exist, so you can buy them. Mine was 150 ohms. I bought a bunch of them. They're about 1.8 watts. That's important. Pay attention. But the total circuit, or the circuit's total current consumption is also kind of important. As I said before, we were running 850 milliamp current, and this is going to steal about 40 milliamps for the LEDs, so that's about 810 milliamps the system's going to run with. Not bad at all. I mean, you guys definitely don't want to run like anything over 100 milliamp for sure. That's going to draw that much. It's going to crash your NES or make it freeze up. That's exactly what you don't want. I mean, 70 is pretty high too. I mean, play with some numbers, a couple of them. Try to find the lowest circuit draw you can possibly find. So basically, I bought the LEDs I need and the ohms I needed, or the resistors, and strung them up just like the graph shows, which is what you guys are going to do. Remember, it's ledcalc.com. So let's go back to here. Custom NES again, Mega Man. So yeah, I mean, it turns on and works, and it actually does work. The graphics and everything are good. You're gonna have to trust me on this one. I've just run it. I just don't want to connect it up for you guys. I mean, I can if you guys want. Guess I could make another video of that. In fact, I could do it now if you guys want. I mean, my video might cut off. If so, whatever. But just to let you know, it works. And yeah, just pay attention, you guys. Once again, you're going to want to solder the third pin here, 1, 2, 3, and then to this one. It's going to take a while because this one takes a while to heat because it's connected to all these heat sinks and weird, ugly grossness over here. But it's worth it. It works. People complain about it, No, it works. Trust me, works. Tried everything. Yeah, they're all strung up, just waiting to be taped into the inside. So, okay, I'll humor you guys. I'm going to be really nice today, and I'll even show you that it works. I mean, any tries are going to work. Honestly, anything you guys do, it's most likely going to work. But how long will it work? Mine will work. It has longevity. It'll probably last forever. I mean, I played for like 2 hours or something just to test it, and it worked. So, here we go. Here we go. I'm proving it. I can't believe I'm proving it to you guys. So I need power. And then I need... Ooh, I'm going to need my plugins.